With the Olympic Games coming up this summer in London, England, we've traveled to the U.S. Olympic Training Center here in Colorado Springs to learn more about Olympic-style shooting. Joining me is Teresa Meyer, national champion in pistol, and looking to qualify for her first Olympic Games. And Teresa, we've got some Olympic-style guns here on the table, and you're going to give us an overview of the sports that they're used in.
Yeah, I shoot two events, women's air pistol and women's sport pistol. Women's air pistol is a 10-meter event shot with a 1.77 caliber pellet, and you have an hour and 15 minutes to shoot 40 shots for record. The top 8 shooters then go into a final that scored 1/10 of a point, and that determines who wins. The other event is women's sport pistol. It's shot with a .22 caliber bullet. It's shot at 25 meters, and it's broken up into 2 phases. The first phase is precision. So it's similar to slow fire. You shoot 5 shots in 5 minutes, and you have 30 shots for record in that phase. And then when that phase is over, you have the rapid fire phase, which is 5 shots loaded, and then you have 3 seconds to shoot a shot, 7 seconds at rest at 45 degrees, and then you finish that series and you shoot another 6 series to get 30 shots for record. They add those 2 scores together. The top 8 shooters from that then go into another final and shoot another 20 shots of rapid fire.
Okay. Teresa, during our time here at the Olympic Training Center, we've spoken to a lot of USA team members who range from gold and silver medal winners to people like yourself who are in the exciting position of possibly qualifying for their very first Olympics. Now, you are a 7-time national collegiate champion and also a national pistol champion. And so tell us about the process of getting to where you are right now, which is so exciting.
Oh, well, it's exactly that. I started off as a junior, and then I decided to pick a college that had a shooting program. And then from there, I moved out here to get my chance at becoming a better shooter. Once you're a resident athlete, you have an access to a range every day, so it makes it a lot easier to improve. Plus, you have access to coaches and sports psych and nutritionists. There's a lot of support here, so it's finding a place and an environment that can cultivate you as a shooter. A lot of other places can't provide that, so if people want to get to this level, they need to find an environment that can cultivate that.
Right. And how did you arrive at pistol shooting? How did you determine that was the sport for you?
Well, I started when I was 10 years old shooting pistol one-handed. I was not your average 10-year-old. I was almost as tall as I am now, and I had the arm strength to hold a gun out at arm's length. Most 10-year-old girls can't do that. So I was very unique in that process. And I tried other things. I shot some small bore, I shot some high power, but this is what I love to do. I was just very passionate about it, and it was something I did with my dad, and it was awesome. When I went to the range, I was the youngest person there. I was 10 years old, and everybody else was 30 to 60 years old, and they treated me as an equal on the line. And I think that is something that is very unique to pistol shooting and to the shooting sports. When you get on the line, you're just another competitor. And it's not about how old you are necessarily, it's about what you can bring to the table.
And of course there's a lot of recreational shooters out there who want to become better shooters, and I understand you have some tips that can help them do that.
Yeah. The 2 things that I think are really valuable that you can even train when you're not on the range. So it's useful for shooters that don't have access to a range year-round or every day.
Good.
The first thing is to have a shot plan. So know how you execute the shot, and that's step by step breaking down the process from beginning to end of the shot. And if you have that down, written down on a piece of paper, it's a lot easier to go through that and then mentally visualize, which is the second tip. So visualization is the process of seeing in your mind how to execute the shot very well. And if you have a good shot plan, it sort of translates into being able to visualize better. And those are both things that you can build on.
Okay. Help me understand that a little bit better in terms of shot plan. Is that your actual setup, your stance? Is that what you mean by a shot plan, and then actually putting the gun on the target?
It can incorporate everything. It's usually easier to simplify it when you get closer to a match. But before that, the weeks before, the months before, have a thorough process of this is how I prep for the match. This is how I'm going to dry fire. This is how I'm going to set up. In both of these events, you have a preparation period. What do you do during the preparation period? And those are things you can incorporate in the shot plan. But as you get closer to the match, it's best to simplify it to things that you will remember how to execute the shot correctly.
Right. Okay. And just go a little deeper into visualization. What actually are you visualizing?
You're usually visualizing how to shoot the shot correctly. So it's the sight alignment, and then it's what the gun feels like as you're pulling the trigger or as the gun goes off. So it's in your mind seeing the shot happen again. It's a process of closing your eyes and seeing what you've done.
Okay, well, I think those are both two terrific tips that the recreational shooter can use, and we thank you for them, and we want to wish you all the best on qualifying for your first Olympics. And need a place to shoot? Well, go to wheretoshoot.org and find a shooting range near you. And when you're at the range, always remember, firearm safety depends on you.